Hey, so what's your dog's name?
Oh, well, I used to have a dog and my dog's name was Sparky, but I don't have a dog anymore.
Sorry, I'm confused. What do you mean you don't have a dog anymore?
Like, he's dead.
Wait, I'm so confused. He was totally running around on the field a while back when I saw you. How was he dead?
So it's actually not very uncommon for dogs to die, and seeing me with my dog before he died doesn't really mean that he's still alive, because when death happens, that is actually a thing.
I just don't get it. You're so young and you look so fit.
Yeah, that doesn't really take away the fact that Sparky is dead.
I'm pretty sure you got a dog.
I'm pretty sure you don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
I actually go home every single day and wake up every single morning and fall asleep every night thinking about how my dog isn't there anymore and how different my life has been since Sparky died. I'm actually just as in denial about this as you are, but the only difference is that I wake up every day and I live through the experience of Sparky being dead.
Damn, I'm sorry, that sucks. So, you still go on walks with Sparky or anything? Or is there anything you do to get out and go to the park and stuff and play fetch?
Sometimes I will go to places that I used to go with Sparky and I'll walk around and sit there for a minute, and other times I actually even try and live my life like Sparky's still around, but it just always leads to the same disappointment. Sparky isn't here anymore.
Oh, gee, yeah, that's really rough. I mean, you can't give up, though. There's gotta be a way to bring Sparky back.
Trust me, I've actually gone to every extreme of researching necromancy to try and bring back my dead dog, because not having a dog actually kind of ruins my life every day and puts me at risk for a lot of things that I wasn't at risk for and not vulnerable to prior to Sparky dying. But there's actually not a way I can revive my dead dog from the dead, and even though I keep my hopes up one day that I might be able to do it, if I ignore the fact that he's actually in the ground and there's a tombstone over his old body, I'm going to continue to hurt myself and put myself in situations where my health could be further damaged.
Well, you gotta keep trying. I mean, there's gotta be something out there. I'm sure you just haven't found it yet. Have you gone to the pet store recently?
I almost lost my life when I had to go through the grief of confronting the fact that pet stores, even though we think they're these places where people go and have all of their needs for their pet met, it's not applicable to me because I don't have a way to bring Sparky back. Like, the pet stores just haven't found a way to do that yet. And even though my situation is dire and I literally don't want to be alive without Sparky, there's nothing that they can do. And me trying to do it on my own, I mean, it's been over a decade. Like, I'm still trying, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to lead towards Sparky coming back.
Well, don't be so negative. I mean,
Do you honestly think I have the time and energy to be negative about such a serious health condition that affects every single second of my life?
no, that's not what I'm saying.
To suggest that being realistic about my literal body's health is a form of being negative is fucking inconsiderate.
Would you want to just be walking around with a dead dog for the rest of your life?
Absolutely not, and trust me, if anybody's scared about that, it's myself. When I say that I've had to fight for my life to accept Sparky's death, I mean it. When I'm trying to help you understand reasons why that did not work, I also mean that, and if you can't understand it, that's okay. But as somebody who's never had their fucking dog die, I expect you to respect that, or be, at least at the very minimum, silent and willing to educate yourself on people with dead dogs.
I don't understand. I'm literally just telling you not to give up. Don't you want to be positive?
You're not just telling me not to give up, you're telling me not to give up in relation to me explaining how I essentially did have to, in a way, give up. What you're saying completely dismisses the reality that I've had to fucking face, and that reality has been and still is hell. I don't know if you're just scared of losing your own dog one day, and this is your way to try and cope with the fact that it really is that bad, but it is, and it's not cool that you're dismissing everything I've had to go through and the things I continue to face that are obstacles. You're essentially denying my reality. That's a problem because when you put that on survivors of dead dogs, you're essentially dismissing everything that they have to work every day to try and overcome, mainly because it's out of their control entirely. You cannot bring a dead dog back from the dead. So, of course, a person is going to have a hard time dealing with the hardships that come with that. It's already hard enough. And I don't know how you consider yourself somebody who holds dignity towards the suffering that people who have dead dogs experience when that's your response.
I'm sorry. I'm literally just trying to help you.
I don't know how many times you're going to say that before you understand that you don't have the solution to my problem, and that the problem isn't unresolved because I'm choosing to not solve it. The problem is unresolved because I don't live in a literal reality where a solution is actually available. I would love to be alive in a time where it was available. That would be fucking cool. Like, can you imagine being diabetic before insulin? That's like me. I'm the diabetic person, but there's no insulin yet.
Yeah, but you could be the one to find it.
You don't think that I haven't put in enough work to literally give myself a PhD in this shit? Go tell that to somebody with cancer.
Jeez, that's a little insensitive.
Is it really? Because the thing that cancer patients and I have in common is that we are literally battling a condition that alters the entire course of our lives, futures, of our dreams. But I'm not balding, going through chemotherapy, losing all my eyebrows. So you can't physically see it on me. And your brain is sort of in this cognitive dissonance mode where you're aware that Sparky is dead, but you're still acting like he's not fully dead yet. People with dead Sparkies literally kill themselves because of how harsh it is.
So you're saying that you have it worse than cancer patients?
No, I'm saying they're different, but I don't have it any less worse than cancer patients. Everybody always feels like natural, immediate empathy and pity for people who are going through cancer, and they should because it's awful. But because dead Sparky is invisible, you look at me like I'm not suffering as much. And that's ignorant because it promotes an uneducated perspective on the battles that people with dead Sparkies face.
Well, why do you care what anybody thinks about your dead Sparky if you know your dead Sparky so well?
Because if we don't put a healthy, honest approach toward the conversation surrounding dead Sparkies, people are going to continue to do exactly what you're doing. They're going to go through history writing it off like it doesn't exist or like it's not that bad because you can't see it. And people like me with dead Sparkies are going to continue to fucking suffer. And nobody should live like that.
No, yeah, I get that.
Exactly, like it makes sense to put just as much energy and funding and research and like everything you could possibly put towards helping people with dead Sparkies. Pain is not a hierarchy and medical conditions are not a hierarchy. And while it definitely makes sense to treat the gunshot victim immediately in the emergency room before we figure out how to craft a new type of neosporin, you get the point, right? I mean, like, there are levels of suffering medically and health-wise that a lot of different things reach, and they all deserve the same amount of effort and input.
Damn, I never really thought of it like that.
It's okay. I mean, most people don't. The important thing is, like, if you become aware that somebody has a dead dog, you should probably let them be the teacher instead of you trying to tell them about something that you've never experienced. This is really beneficial for everyone involved, not just the person suffering.
Yeah, I actually had a friend one time whose dog died, or she thought her dog died. She put up lost dog posters around her neighborhood, and eventually she found her. And I feel like if you try that, you might actually find your dog too.
I appreciate the sentiment, but the difference between me and your friend is that your friend's dog was lost. My dog is dead, and I know that because I held it in my arms the day it died.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have a similar experience in the sense that it started similarly. Like, when he died, I went to all these vets, and I tried the mainstream vets, and I tried the vets that do, like, alternate veterinary stuff, but it just didn't work. He was gone, and eventually I had to accept that there was nothing I could do.
Yo, that literally sucks ass.
Yeah, but after a few years of that, I kind of got to the point where I was like, I'm making myself so mentally and emotionally unhealthy by driving myself crazy trying to resuscitate this dead fucking dog.
Yo, I'm so sorry. Well, I hope you do find maybe like a piece of Sparky, maybe a favorite toy that he had that's buried in the yard. Maybe you'll find his bones somewhere. I just hope you eventually find somehow, some way, pieces of Sparky that end up back in your life.
Yeah, well, I'll never really give up looking.
Right on. Well, I'll see you at the dog party next weekend.
Oh my god.